Connor Macy asks, "How has talking to a therapist helped you increase your emotional intellectual awareness?" Um, it's a good question. I would say for the most part, it slowed me down. It's brought me back into a place of awareness. Not to answer your question with the same terminology, um, but yeah, I feel more aware now. One thing I learned specifically is to acknowledge whenever I feel anxiety and to just think about that anxiety in that moment, not trying to change it, but to actually just feel it, just feel it. It's something I practice when I go outside. I don't wear coats. I don't wear, a ton of jackets and long johns and just ton. I hate layers of clothing, so I dress just like this year round. Um, and with that, it's. I feel like winter is the most aware that I will ever be. Is that cold has a certain amount of pain to it that just brings you back to reality. I posted on Twitter that the purpose of pain is to help allow the mind to distinguish between imagination and reality. When you're having a dream and you're sweating and you're running from something or something's chasing you or you're trying to fight but you feel like you're underwater, the only way you know the difference between the imagination, because your body's reacting, you're sweating, your heart's beating, your body's reacting as if it was real. Then you wake up and your heart's still beating, your mind's racing, you're sweating. Your body is still reacting as if what you were just dreaming about is your reality. The only difference between the two is that there's actual pain when you experience the same thing in real life. There's actual pain. Pain tells you that something is real. Pain tells you something is wrong. Pain tells you that something's out of order. So with that, we're able to reflect and realize the mind is very powerful. The mind is very powerful. You could talk yourself into pain, into a cold. As a man thinketh, so is he. You can think yourself into a depression. I'm not saying all depression is caused by thinking yourself into it, but it's possible. I've done it. I've also corrected it by being conscious enough to realize I can't be depressed and competitive at the same time. So I go out of my way. Tomorrow morning, I'll be down at Allison getting buckets on them boys. I have no choice in the matter. I have to go give them buckets. It's imperative that I do so. But anyway, back to your question. Talking to a therapist has, I feel like the 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 main benefit that I've taken from it is simply the talking aspect. Talking. It's also why this live streaming talking, it's therapeutic in nature that I feel better by doing so. I just feel better by talking, getting things out. I spend most of my day thinking and reanalyzing and rationalizing and musing and trying to figure things out and trying to reduce things down to its simplest parts. And then you have a conversation where you're able to just kind of let it out. Let it out. It's like holding your breath all day and then finally let it out. My intellectual awareness, it's more or less the same. I feel like I'm more. I feel like this process of me seeing a therapist is bringing up my emotional side because I'm not very emotional. I don't get triggered. I don't react. I don't get angry unless I'm hooping and somebody mess up my assist. Um, in most cases, I'm pretty stable. I'm pretty grounded in most of my life. I'm grounded. I'm consistent. Um, there are areas of my life that I need to be more emotional in. I'm not saying that I need to be on the floor crying. Like I take issue with these male celebrities. Real men cry. Why do you need to cry on camera every time you cry? That I don't get it. I cry, yes, but you will never see a vlog of me just, bro. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Let me pour my heart out real quick. No, you see, all these male celebrities have to have they got to go find a camera before they let it out. Anyway, yeah. Seeing a therapist has helped me in pursuit of emotional and intellectual balance, homeostasis. They work together. They're best used together. They're partners. So great question. Yeah. Emotional and intellectual awareness, they should be together. And your left and right brain, they tend to separate during traumatic events. It's I'm in the process of combining the two back, bringing them back together so they can work properly together. Good question.